If you're trying to stop wasting hours on editing and actually make more content, you seriously need to give Vizard a look. I just finished recording episode 13 of the Resolve podcast, and instead of grinding through edits all night, I let Vizard do the heavy lifting. Honestly, letting the AI handle the backend totally changed the game for me. I want to walk you through exactly what it did and why it actually makes publishing faster and significantly less painful. So first off, like most of us, I want my podcast to sound and look as good as possible for my audience. People can be picky, even if they're just scrolling on their phones, they'll bounce if the audio is muddy or the clips are chopped badly. Vizard takes your long recordings, whether it's audio only or full video, and it processes everything in high quality. It uploads the original tracks, keeps separate stems for each participant, and builds a full transcript automatically. That's a massive time saver right there. No more exporting audio, opening up another app, and waiting for render times. You just upload, wait a few minutes, and everything you need is already there ready to go. Once the episode is in, the interface gives you options that feel like you're choosing a workflow instead of starting completely from scratch. There's the auto-edit stuff. Vizard can automatically pull out viral-ready clips from your long video content. They call it auto-editing for viral clips, and it honestly nails most of the heavy hitters during the analysis. It looks through the transcript, identifies energetic moments, punchlines, surprising takes, or emotionally resonant lines, and slices them into shareable chunks. You can tell it your preferred length, 0 to 30 seconds, 30 to 60, or 60 to 90 seconds, and it follows that instruction precisely. For episode 13, I told it to focus on 30 to 60 second clips, and it returned a neat pile of shorts already trimmed and framed for vertical platforms. One thing I truly love is that this isn't just blind clip picking, which is a huge relief. The AI considers pacing, context, and whether a clip stands alone without needing the previous minute of conversation. So you generally get usable clips most of the time, not awkward half-thoughts that require heavy manual fixing later on. Of course, I still eyeballed each one and did a couple of final tweaks, but it cut my clip creation time from hours down to under 30 minutes. Apart from clip generation, Vizard has a clean, text-based editor that mirrors the entire transcript of your session. Want to delete a filler word? Just find it in the transcript, hit delete, and Vizard removes that segment from the audio and video timeline. It even highlights pauses and tells you exactly how long they are. You can just hover, click, and remove them instantly. This feature is especially useful for long interviews where people pause, cough, or have those long, drawn-out moments. You can also remove filler words automatically too. You just set a preference to strip out and similar fillers, then run it in review. The AI also has an option to smooth speech and normalize volume so you don't have to mess with manual gain writing later on. Branding and final touches are incredibly easy because you just add your logo, choose caption styles, and apply color palettes. Vizard will then apply that complete template to every single clip you generated, saving so much repetitive work. Captions are auto-generated from the transcript, and you can easily toggle between different styles on the fly. Want captions at the bottom with a solid black background? Consider that done. Want large, colorful subtitles specifically formatted for TikTok? That is also surprisingly easy to achieve. The transcript itself remains editable inline, so if a caption needs a text tweak for better readability, you just click and change it. That little bit of final polish is what makes reposting feel professional without the usual time sink associated with manual formatting. I also really like how flexible the export options are when it comes time to share the final content. Vizard lets you export up to 4K resolution if you need that high fidelity, or down to 720p for faster uploads to certain platforms. You can export video or audio-only files, remove watermarks if your plan allows, normalize audio, and scrub background noise entirely. If you want to post natively to multiple platforms, you can easily resize the canvas with a single click. The user interface makes it stupidly simple to switch your primary export from a full podcast episode to an Instagram reel or a YouTube short. Now, here is something that actually saved me weekly headaches: the integrated content calendar and auto schedule feature. This is where Vizard really stands out from a lot of the other tools I have tried out there. I set a desired posting frequency, say 2 shorts every week, and Vizard takes the clips I approved and schedules them across my platforms based on the times I specified. That means I can batch a recording session on Monday, finalize all my clips on Tuesday, and let the AI publish everything over the next few weeks. Between the calendar and auto-scheduling, it's basically a dedicated publishing assistant that completely respects your content cadence. I should also call out some other practical things, like how Vizard stores all recorded assets in one single central place. You can download raw video files, isolated audio stems, and even a full transcript if you want to do more detailed editing elsewhere. For team workflows, you can easily share links or invite collaborators to edit or leave helpful timestamps and notes. They even give you quick social snapshots, those little images with quotes and timestamps you can use for promotional posts. Now, I know a lot of creators use tools like Riverside, Descript, and a bunch of other editors out there. A quick comparison shows Riverside is great for recording remote people with high-quality local backups. It's solid for the initial capture stage. Descript's transcript editing is incredibly powerful, and its overdub feature is cool for certain very specific workflows. But both of those solutions have their inherent trade-offs when you look at the whole package. Riverside doesn't focus as much on automated clip generation or that final scheduling step. You'll still be doing the social repackaging work manually. Descript can become pricey, and the learning curve for its advanced features is often more than what casual creators actually need. Vizard really combines the best parts: clean transcript-based edits like Descript merged with aggressive auto-clip generation. And crucially, it adds that content calendar that genuinely saves significant time on the actual posting process. For me, the automated scheduling is the real differentiator. Not many of these platforms will actually queue and post content for you based on a publishing plan. There are, of course, a few things to keep in mind as you start using any new powerful tool. No AI is perfectly flawless. Sometimes Vizard will pick a clip that just needs a tiny bit of context added in. Also, the transcript might need a quick fix for slang or newly named people that the AI hasn't learned yet. You still absolutely have to review things. I never fully trust any tool to publish content without a final human glance. But Vizard makes that review process incredibly light because you are only reviewing highlights, not an entire hour of raw footage. Instead of editing an entire long-form episode, you're just reviewing a dozen 30 to 60-second highlights, which is a huge shift. Also, while it's amazing for repurposing long-form, if your content is very quick, heavily edited, or needs cinematic color grading, you might want a final polish in a dedicated editor. Vizard isn't trying to be Premiere Pro, it's trying to be the 80% solution that gets most creators 90% of the way there. It succeeds at that goal by requiring minimal time investment for publish-ready content. Back to my episode. After Vizard generated the clips, I added a little music bed to some of them and tightened a few captions. I applied my podcast brand template and then scheduled the posts across YouTube Shorts, TikTok, and Instagram Reels all at once. I exported the full video to upload to Spotify as video because I like giving people the option to watch the episode. I also exported an audio-only version separately to ensure maximum compatibility with traditional podcast apps. The whole process that normally takes me a full dedicated day, that was completely done in a single afternoon with much less finger crossing. One last practical note, onboarding is incredibly straightforward and fast. I recorded directly with my usual gear, uploaded the file, and Vizard's processing time was fast enough that I could work on other things while it finished. The transcript, timeline, and clip suggestions all populated automatically within minutes of the upload completing. If you're used to wrestling with multiple apps, one for recording, one for editing, one for clipping, and another for scheduling, Vizard collapses that entire stack into a single place. If you make any kind of long-form content and want to turn it into consistent, high-quality, short-form clips without burning out on editing, Vizard is absolutely worth testing. It's not perfect, but it eliminates so much of the repetitive, soul-crushing work that creators often face. The key features include automatic clip detection, easy transcript edits, built-in brand templates, and that essential auto-scheduling. For me personally, it freed up my entire day so I could focus on recording more episodes instead of constantly babysitting edits. So yeah, try Vizard out on your next episode and see if it shaves a solid handful of hours off your weekly workflow. I'll leave an affiliate link in the description if you want to check it out. No pressure at all, just sharing what saved me a ton of time on episode 13. Alright, I'm off to make even more content now that my backlog is cleared. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.